How you doing, guys? It's Joe. This is my final game project for CPS 150. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Yao for asking me to make this video and teaching me literally everything I know about coding in one semester. What we're going to do is we're going to have a little overview of part of the game, and then we're going to go into some more technical aspects. And then at the end, I'll give you guys some tips to do for your game. Okay, so my game is based on a book series called Warriors, where there's a bunch of cats that live in the forest on their own, and they have to fight other cats and other enemies that threaten their so-called clan. So in this part of the walkthrough, Wind Clan, a enemy clan, is attacking our camp. She attacked us and did 16 damage. Our health is now 34. What attack should we do? We can do Scratch. We did 15 damage. Our health is now 45. She scratches us and does 24 damage. Our health is now 10. We're going to go ahead and heal up. We escaped the fight against Heatherpaw. Let's go to the medicine den. Okay, we've gone to the medicine den. Our health is now 25. We're getting healed even more. Our health is now 40. That's all she can heal us right now. Let's go back to High Rock. She tackles us and does 12 damage. Our health is 30. What attack should we do? There's another attack we know called Tackle. That does 9 damage. She scratches us and does 24 damage. Our health is now 6. We are definitely going to have to heal. Okay, so we're back from healing. Her health is 24. She scratches us and does 24 damage yet again. And we're not going to die again. Bit us and did 20 damage, which is ridiculous. And we can now do another attack called Slice. We sliced her and did 18 damage. Her health is now 6. Okay. She bit us and did 16 damage. Our health is now 12. Let's go ahead and tackle her again. Finish her off. And we did 9 damage, and she limps away and is defeated. We are victorious. Okay, so Wind Clan starts retreating from the camp, shoves away the Wind Clan leader. You gotta have an imagination with this game. Just some dialogue between the leaders. And they start to realize how well you fought, and you level up. You are now level 4. This would be level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is when you essentially beat the game. So this is near the end of the storyline. And some more dialogue, and then another guy, Mudwhisker, who we don't know, comes in, and Shadow Clan, another opposing clan, pours in from all sides of the camp. And just like that, we're back into combat. In this entire project, I used aspects from all the chapters. Chapter 1 was focused on basic Java information. Chapter 2 was about data types. I had to use strings, I had to use booleans, integers, in order for this project to work properly. Chapter 3 was about if statements. Now, if statements are littered throughout this entire project. The campaign is contained in a switch statement, so all the parts are easy to access if I need to test them out and make sure they work. Chapter 4 talks about loops. They allow it so that things can continuously run even if the user types in the wrong thing, then it won't necessarily break the code. Chapter 5 talks about subroutines. Now, in the main code, in the storyline, if I'll need to call a certain action, then in each of these subroutines, I have, say, the combat method or the combat subroutine. I have the training subroutine. I have the travel subroutine. Chapter 6 talks about arrays. I used arrays in a very interesting way in my project, where in order to get the opponents to fight like real opponents, I had to have statistics for them. Now here I upload their statistics to an array, copy it to it, and then am able to call it. Chapter 7 is about file imports. This was crucial to this project. It made it a lot neater and cleaner. Here I uploaded the files, and these files are actually the dialogue for the story. Instead of simply typing this in, making it print line, this would make the program learn a lot smoother that this is not in the code and it's in its own file, so that it'll simply read it and then close it out when it's done with it. Also, I use this to upload the maps, which is better than building it in the code as well. And I also used it for the opponent stats, which were uploaded by the arrays here. Something that's really important for your code to be able to do is to make it what I call active. So this part of the storyline is kind of giving me a tour of the camp. Okay, see, if I type it incorrectly, it'll give me invalid location. And it wants me to go to the Elder's Den. But let's say I go to the Apprentice Den. It'll still take me over here. Now, what all this means is that even though the user types in maybe not the input that the game wants, but an input that, say, they want to go to, it'll still take them there. See, like, I didn't break the game when I typed in the wrong name or when I typed in someplace that the storyline doesn't want to go. But it's nice to have a game that's more active like that, because you play any other game, they all don't break when you do something wrong. Say you're in the combat and you type in the wrong word or you incorrectly spell it, it'll say invalid attack and essentially skip your turn. So now it's almost like you miss or you have a bad attack. And here, he bit you and did 8 damage, and essentially you've lost because your health is 8 and he did you 8 damage, so your health is now 0. But what I also put in was kind of a respawn system. See, now it's right back at the beginning of the chapter, can restart the combat instead of, again, it breaking the code. Okay, so tips that I would give to you guys. Number 1, do something you like. This is off a book series that I like. I recommend doing it off something that you like, or else it's just going to be boring and daunting and you're going to hate it. Number 2, start early. I was preparing for this way in advance, but the last 36 hours I was up doing this pretty much nonstop, just trying to get all the little things done, and it could have been a lot better. My final tip for you guys is do something kind of outside the box. This is way above and beyond what anyone expected me to make. It's kind of out there, unnecessary, but, you know, that's kind of the whole point of the course, is to learn how to code and learn how to build your own thing. If you can only build things that people request you to do and which are based on a rubric, then you're not going to be able to build something that you want to do. This is something that I always wanted to do, and this is the perfect opportunity to do that. And then you get to show off a little bit what you made, and, you know, who knows, you might get a good grade for it. Okay, well, that wraps up my game review. I'd like to thank Dr. Yao again for letting me make this video. Best of luck to all of you on your projects, and thanks for watching. All right, let's see if we can get her with this one. Let's go ahead and scratch her again. Okay, we didn't get her. But that's the idea. Son of a bitch. We needed to get her. We needed to get her, man. Dead.